Hey, start off with, tell me that first 4 minutes, really the first half, was that about as good as you can play at both ends of the court, really?
Yeah, I'll tell you what I told the team after the game. I told them three things. Number one, we played like we practiced. You know, we came back Sunday evening and we played like we practiced. And that's very, very encouraging. The irony of there is since September the 22nd through December 22nd, we've had all 15 players for 15 minutes one day. And then we had a kid, you know, with an injury. But they continue to be persistent. Second thing I told them was that this game will, you know, not just you play like you practice, but we're using this game as our exact way we will play for the next 8 weeks in conference. And that's our challenge after the game. Play at 7 o'clock on Friday, 5 o'clock on Saturday. So ice baths, the treatment, hydration, refueling, etc. This will be exactly what we will do the next 8 weeks in conference play. Steve Hartman's done a tremendous job in preparing and having them ready for that. So that was element number two. The third thing I told them, from a Division I standpoint, they will always be the first team ever to win a game in this unbelievable Freedom Hall. And they responded with an incredible cheer, and they deserve that. Kent, your point, the first 4 minutes. Again, it was like we practiced. I mean, it wasn't like I thought that was a fluke because we practiced like that. We've had a great week individually, in individual instruction, in team, in the team segments of practice. We've varied the teams, different people playing with different people competing against different people. And no matter what it is, it's been incredibly competitive and great balance. And tonight we played 14 people from 5 to 20 minutes.
Well, and you know, not every game, you know, you've gone into with the notion that you were going to win it, but these guys looked like they were just, they hadn't eaten for 3 weeks or something. They just were shot out of a cannon, and you know, they wanted to win a basketball game. On top.
They did. Eric, you're exactly right. I mean, they are. Like I said after the Notre Dame game, you should never say, never should you say you should have like won a game or you should have done better on an exam. Well, if you should have prepared better or you should have executed better. So after Notre Dame, we didn't say, oh, we should have won. Now, the confidence they took from that is if we had executed better, if we have done what we had been taught, could the outcome been different? We don't know. We'll never know that. But they sure had great purpose all week in practice. And that, as a teacher, that's encouraging.
What can a game like this do for the guys who maybe won't play as many minutes in a lot of other games? They got in, they scored points, they hit baskets, they hit threes. What can that do for their confidence if you do call upon them later, if you need them, if you have an injury or something like that?
Well, what it does, it reinforces in competition what you're teaching every day in practice. You know, it's one thing in practice if you tell them you play off 2 feet, or if you go to your player first and block him out, don't let him come to you. And you drill and drill and drill it. But when you have success in practice, that reinforces what you're teaching. And success breeds success. I mean, it does. And the other part of that is their support of each other. I mean, it was like pep rally over there. I mean, it was incredible. And that, you know, as a coach, that's a great feeling. This is a team that's 2-3 right now, and are feeding off each other, not just on the passing end of the court. I mean, they are really trying to take pride to defending as a team, not just 5 one-on-one games. I stop my man, and that's what we teach every day.
Can you reflect a little more on the first Division I home win and what it was emotional after you beat Howard, and now, you know, because you've had all these games canceled and everything. Now you finally got a chance. You're playing in Freedom Hall and you win a Division I game as the Bellarmine head coach. It's
Well,
got to be.
From a personal standpoint, we walked through today at 11 o'clock, and this morning it was just stormy. I mean, stormy. So I ran this morning in Knights Hall, pitch dark, never turned a light on, ran for 50 minutes. But today, after our walkthrough, we finished our walkthrough at noon, and I walked Freedom Hall for an hour. I went in the old Hickman camp room. I went in the executive upstairs meeting rooms. I walked the ramps, just trying to keep in perspective what these young people are going through and keep them focused on this journey, because it's once in a lifetime. And I walked for a solid hour. And I know we talked tonight before the game about Freedom Hall. And, you know, it's tough. These players they've been to Cameron Indoor Stadium. They've been to Notre Dame. They got the first victory. They're playing in Freedom Hall, you know. And it's one thing if in a lot of levels people seem that expected of them. They're entitled. These guys are enjoying every moment. They are enjoying every moment. And I think that speaks volumes for them, the way they were raised by their parents, the way they were coached in high school. And they're enjoying this. They are. They should.
Hey Scott, this is Jonathan. I'm sharing the screen with Deuce Woodson. You know, tonight the ball movement and defense was really at the highest level I've seen. You know, across these first two games here for Bellarmine. You all shot 65% collectively. You know, held them to 30%. You know, what was it like just kind of seeing the team, you know, play so together as a unit on the offense and defensive end tonight?
Exactly the way we practiced. You know, Jonathan, what I'm looking at, you're a little bitty snapshot. So when it said Deuce, I can't even hardly see you. So I apologize. Again, just to repeat it, we played the way we practiced and the way we teach the game at both ends. This was a complete game. And what's great is they were not satisfied. They were coming over saying, yeah, coach, I got to get that closeout better, coach. And that it's good. And we're coaching the socks off of it. Tell you what's great about practice. When you coach or you teach and the people you're teaching or coaching want to learn, that's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, another big thing was, you know, rebounding. You said, I remember talking to you earlier saying, you know, getting better on the board is going to lead to, you know, some good things for the Knights. Tonight, I think that's a testament to that. You know, what is it about, you know, commanding the glass that allows a team to just command the game the way you all did here this evening?
There's two things. It takes a fundamental physical block out to go to your man first. Don't let him come to you. You go to him, you win. He comes to you, he wins. So it's a fundamental physical block out. And the second thing, it's an attitude. It's a rebounding attitude that I'm going to go rebound the ball. Like if a ball's shot, I don't want to just get the ones that come to me. I want to treat it like a bad pass and go get it. You know, if I threw a ball over your head, you're going to do everything you can do to jump to catch it. Well, if it rebounds over your head, you got to do everything you can do to run it down. So it was two things, fundamentally blocking out and a rebounding attitude.
All right. And final thing, I don't know if you spoke to this earlier, but in both halves, you all were able to get off to some good starts. I think 8 on run in the first half, 7-2 in the second half. How is it different, you know, just playing with that type of energy after your team sees the ball go in a few times and kind of get you all off to a fast start like that? Well,
anytime when you work as hard as these players work, and then they sense the reward from the hard work, it builds and builds and builds and builds. I thought tonight one of the keys was as we substituted 9 deep, and we got Baylor Yonker in the game in the first half, who's had very, very limited time. But it was like a relay race. You know, they were passing the baton and said, now you go. And that's the kind of feeling you want as a coach. You know, that it's not like, okay, I'm out now, he's in. I'm telling you, the support from 1 to 15, the staff, the managers, it was incredible. It was a true team. That's what it's supposed to be. Jeremy Kendall, a 2-time All-American and national champion, spoke to our team last night from Brisbane, Australia. You don't think it was ironic? He was talking to us. It was already 2021 where he was. We were still in the year 2020. And he spoke for about 40 minutes. And they were great. They were able to interact with him face to face. It was incredible to be in that room and to hear Jeremy talk about not just the journey to get better at basketball, the journey in life. You know, and Jeremy's, you know, he played 9 years again. But it was, and I asked him this morning to share what they took from what Jeremy said, and their statements were very impressive.